I've always been a night owl, the kind of person who thrives when the world goes quiet. My job as an overnight security guard at a crumbling office park suits me fine. Empty buildings, flickering lights, and the hum of old machinery are my kind of company. The pay's decent, the work's easy, and I get to listen to my radio all night. At least, I used to love that part. It started about 3 weeks ago. I was on my usual rounds, patrolling the 3rd floor of Building C, a squat, concrete relic with peeling paint and windows that hadn't been cleaned since the 90s. My portable radio was clipped to my belt, turned to some late-night talk show, the host's voice drowning on about conspiracy theories. I wasn't really listening. It was just some background noise to keep the silence from feeling too heavy. Then the static hit. A sharp, crackling burst that made me wince. I stopped mid-step, fiddling with the dial, thinking the station had dropped, but as I twisted it, the static didn't clear. It grew louder, layered with something else, a voice. Low, garbled, like someone muttering underwater. I couldn't make out the words, just this eerie condense that sent a shiver up my spine. I turned the radio off, chalking it up to interference from the old wiring in the building. That should have been the end of it, right? The next night, it happened again. Same floor, same time, around 2:17 a.m. But this time, the static cut through a music station, and the voice was clearer. Closer now. It rasped, each syllable stretched and wet. I froze, staring at the radio like it might explain itself. I checked the batteries, the antenna, everything was fine. I even swapped out for a spare from the guard shack the next shift. But the voice came back the following night. Sharper, still. See you soon. I told myself it was a prank. Maybe some asshole with a ham radio was messing with me. I started leaving the radio off during my rounds, relying on the creak of my boots and the distant hum of the HVAC to keep me company. But last Wednesday, I didn't need the radio anymore. I heard it without one. I was in the basement of Building C, checking the utility room. The air down there, it's thick, damp, and smells like mildew. My flashlight swept over rusty pipes and tangled wires. That's when it came. A whisper. Found you. I spun around, beam shaking in my hand, but there was nothing. Just shadows and that oppressive stillness. My heart was hammering so hard I could feel it in my throat. I bolted upstairs, locked myself in the guard shack, and didn't move until dawn. I should have quit then, but rent's due, and jobs like this don't grow on trees. So I went back. Last night was the worst. I was on the 3rd floor again, avoiding the basement like it was cursed. The building was dead quiet, no radio, no humming, just my breath. Then I heard footsteps. Slow, deliberate, echoing down the hall behind me. I turned, flashlight cutting through the dark, and I saw nothing. The steps stopped. I called out, "Who's there?" My voice cracked, pathetic. No answer. I started walking faster, heading for the stairs when the light overhead flickered and died. And that's when the whispering started. Not from one spot, but everywhere, behind me, above me, in the walls. Here now. Look. It wasn't just one voice anymore. It was a chorus, overlapping, clawing at my ears. I ran, stumbling over the stairs, slamming into the walls, flashlight beam bouncing wildly. The air felt wrong. It was cold and heavy, like it was pressing down on me. I made it to the stairwell, and as I grabbed the railing, something brushed my neck. Not a hand, not flesh, just icy, weightless thing that made my skin crawl. I don't remember getting outside. The last thing I knew, I was in the parking lot, panting, keys shaking in my hand. I drove home, locked every door, and sat there until sunrise, waiting for something to break the silence. Nothing did. I called in sick tonight. My boss wasn't happy, but I don't care. I can't go back. Not after what I found on my phone this morning. I'd taken a picture last week, some graffiti on the 3rd floor wall I meant to report. I hadn't looked at it closely until today. There, in the corner of frame, half hidden by shadows, a figure, tall, thin, no face, just a smear where one should be. Standing right where I'd been when I snapped the shot. I didn't see it then, I didn't hear it, but it was there. I keep hearing static now, even without the radio. It's faint, buzzing at the edge of my thoughts. Sometimes when I close my eyes, I swear I hear that voice again. Closer, closer. I don't know what it means, or what it wants. I don't know how it found me, but I'm posting this because I need someone to know. If I stop replying, if I disappear, it's not an accident. It's coming. And I think it's already here.